Welcome to the Cyber Espresso Podcast, your quick shot of cybersecurity insights with industry leaders. I welcome today's guest, Shahnawaz Sheikh, VP of Global Sales and Alliances at Amiseq. Shah, it's nice to see you in our show.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be on the show, Murat.
Shah, why don't you give a quick overview about yourself and your role at Amiseq?
Sure. My name is Shahnawaz Sheikh. I'm with Amiseq since beginning of last year, and my responsibility here is to develop the business and basically strike partnership with vendors like several cybersecurity global vendors across. So that's my role, and as part of my responsibility, I'm also establishing the Amiseq's footprint into newer markets globally. So this year is North America is the focus.
Very good. Good luck for that.
Thank you.
So, Shah, I would like to start our conversation touching on a couple of things. So, we know that a lot of enterprises, a lot of government agencies are primary target for cyber attacks. But interestingly enough, we even see schools, colleges, universities to become primary target. So, what is the current threat landscape looking like? What emerging risks should educators, institutions be aware of?
Yeah. So as we are aware for past several years, right, the educational sector has been a soft target for the threat actors, right?
Mhm.
So in my opinion, post-pandemic, many of these education sectors or universities, schools across the globe, um, they procured the state-of-the-art IoT devices, the smart boards, the tablets, and so on. Access to cloud applications, but at the same time, many have not upgraded their IT infrastructure, right? So
Correct.
the outdated IT infrastructure, brings in vulnerabilities, security gaps. Even though on the forefront they may have the state-of-the-art equipments to support the functioning of the educational, organizations, but on the back end, the outdated IT infrastructure could pose such threats, right? And it is not just about the tablets or the IoT devices,
Mhm.
getting compromised.
Mhm.
Many of these institutions and colleges and universities have a lot of research data which is valuable, right? They have the students' personal information, the teachers,
Mhm.
employees' information, which could be at risk, right? So these are some of the threats that we are seeing, and then there are the other usual cybersecurity threats like malware, ransomware, which
Correct.
continuously cause trouble, across universally across the networks, but because educational sector has become a soft target, these
Yes.
threat actors find that to be an easy way to get into such networks, right? But there could be a number of reasons. The limited IT budgets could be one of that,
Mhm.
but that shouldn't be the actual reason not to secure your defenses, right, strongly,
Correct.
right? In comparison to the rest of the industry, even though the educational sector has lesser IT budgets, they can look at procuring more cost-effective, strong solutions, right,
Mhm.
and must-to-have solutions. If
Correct.
others have more budgets and they can go for nice-to-have, the education
Yes.
sector should at least protect with must-to-have solutions, right?
Correct.
So this could be, some of the reasons, in my opinion, actually.
Okay. So we talk about the challenges, mostly their budgetary constraints, maybe lack of IT resources, but let's talk about solutions. So based on your experience, what proactive measures should educational institutes take to strengthen their cybersecurity posture?
There are a number of things that the educational institutes can do. Maybe, as we understand that email threats are the most common ones, right?
Correct.
So the educational institutions can always start with a strong, good security awareness program for students and teachers and all employees within the educational sector, right? And this security awareness programs teaches every individual that is connected to the educational institution to secure themselves from phishing attacks, vishing attacks, smishing attacks, this type of threats, right? So this is, one of the primary requirement, I would say.
Okay.
But bringing in that security awareness program into academics, in my opinion, is part of the actual academic curriculum itself. It's not, deviated too much, right? So students getting knowledge on do's and don'ts of cybersecurity, practices is a good habit. Even when they go and, take up or shape their careers, this is going to help them throughout, right?
Right.
So that's one area. And then the schools, colleges, universities should also do periodical assessments, the risk assessments, right, of their network infrastructure, of their cloud infrastructure. If they are accessing cloud applications, if they are, if they're having several of those IoT devices, then doing a periodical assessment could be of help. And they may also have third-party providers, right? So they also need to assess third-party risk as well. And then take care of their networks, from time to time to ensure that there are regular patches and updates done so that they strengthen their security posture, more stronger. Even though we agree that they have lesser employees, um, but again, you can still do more with less.
Correct.
And also the other area where the educational sector needs to be uh, more cautious is about the AI-based threats, right? So students do use the Chat GPT and the likes of, such applications for educational purpose, right, for academic purpose. But there are also a big risk with shadow AI applications, right? Applications that are not authorized, sanctioned, and which could bring in probably, uh, let us say, uh, not so beneficial information through those shadow AI applications. So again, schools and universities should be particular about, what their students are accessing and what they should not access.
Okay. So, in my opinion, addressing cybersecurity challenges in education in every sector is a collaborative effort between the institutes, the companies itself, government, and private sector partners. Would you agree with that statement? And how you see the collaboration shaping the future of cybersecurity, particularly in education?
I do agree with this approach, and it is actually required, to build that
Mhm.
strong ecosystem, right? So there are those regulatory frameworks existing in many countries, but I would say I think these are all working in silos, right?
Mhm.
In islands, right? So some countries, some regions may have some regulatory frameworks for schools that operate within that region, but in my opinion, I believe that there should be a stronger regulatory framework like GDPR, like HIPAA,
Mhm.
that should be enforced on the educational institutions to mandatorily follow in order to, protect the school, infrastructure, the student information, or any valuable research data or academic data from threat actors by schools ensuring that they follow and comply to those regulatory frameworks enforced by the government agencies across the globe.
Okay, well said. So, Shahnawaz, thank you very much for your valuable time, sharing your insights.
Thank you, Murat, for
Uh,
having me on the podcast.
I am hoping that our roads will cross in other conversation in our topics. I look
Absolutely.
forward to our collaboration.
Certainly. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks. Take care. Ciao.
Thank you.